The ice in Toronto feels heavier at the start of this season, and the blue and white faithful feel it with every game. Almost a month has passed, and the Toronto Maple Leafs still haven't found the rhythm expected from a team with so much talent and so many expectations. The 5-5-1 start is a portrait of a group still searching for its identity. Not close enough to the top to relax, not far enough to panic, but dangerously close to the edge to sleep peacefully. And amid rumors, injuries, and inconsistent performances, the kind of conversations that shake every Leafs Nation heart have begun. Is it time for a shake-up? 3 moves sit at the center of that debate. Strengthening the defense with a new key piece, trading Nick Robertson before time dulls a shine, and finding a top 6 forward capable of reigniting an offense that's missing Mitch Marner. Each of these decisions carries weight, emotion, and consequences that could change the course of the season, and maybe even the fate of this roster. Leave a like and drop a comment, Leafs Nation, because this space belongs to those who truly live the blue and white, even when the ice doesn't reflect what we feel in our hearts. News 1. The atmosphere in Toronto feels heavy. After a season start no one expected, 5 wins, 5 losses, and 1 overtime loss, the Leafs look stuck, as if the team hasn't fully woken up yet. It's not just a record that worries fans. It's the way they're playing, slow, predictable, and with an offense that's lost its spark. The defense, meanwhile, has left fans breathless, and not in a good way. 42 goals allowed so far, the 6th worst mark in the league. For a team that always dreams big, that's a warning sign that can't be ignored. And what came next, no one saw coming. The issue is clear. There's no fluidity breaking out of their own zone, and not enough creativity to turn the game around when the ice tightens up. Morgan, Reilly, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson have done their best to hold things together, but the team lacks a third defender with that same puck-moving ability. Someone who can make that clean pass that changes the tempo of the game. That's where the conversation begins. What if the Leafs went after a new defenseman with that exact profile? With the San Jose Sharks reportedly open to trading Mario Ferraro and Timothy Liljegren. Yes, the former Leaf. This could be Toronto's chance to fix what's been going wrong. Both are solid players, capable of making clean transitions and contributing offensively. The kind of defenseman who doesn't always make headlines but quietly shifts the game. Fans know it well. When the team struggles to break out its own zone, everything else falls apart. Ferraro or Liljegren could be exactly the type of player missing to stabilize the defensive system and relieve the pressure weighing on the goaltenders. But the question remains, will the Leafs have the courage to make this move now, while the roster is still trying to find its balance, or will they wait for the ice to crack completely before acting? News 2. This one hurt the heart of Leafs Nation. Talking about trading Nick Robertson is almost taboo among fans. The kid represents hope, that flash of talent that makes us believe the future can be different. But the truth is harsh. Sometimes even the most promising prospects need a change of scenery to truly bloom. Robertson has put together 2 solid seasons, hitting the 20-point mark and showing a scoring instinct few young players possess. But in Toronto, he still hasn't found his place. Now, with Nylander and Jarnkrok returning from injury, his path is getting crowded again. What we've seen in the last 3 games, 3 points in 3 matches, proves he still has something to offer. But the question is, offer to whom? When Nylander returns to the ice, Robertson will likely be pushed back down to the lower lines. And that's what hurts the most, seeing talent wasted in a role that doesn't fit his style. He's a natural goal scorer, not a depth winger. The team needs balance, and he needs minutes. It's hard to reconcile those 2 things in the same locker room. Trading Robertson now could be painful, but it might also be strategic. Toronto needs players who can help right now, not just future potential. And Robertson could bring back a valuable piece in a trade. Maybe a solid defenseman, maybe an experienced forward. Leafs Nation has seen this movie before. Talented young players traded too early, only to explode somewhere else. The question is, will the fans be able to handle watching another what if become reality? News 3. It's impossible to talk about the Leafs today without mentioning the whole Mitch Marner left behind. His absence hangs like a shadow over the offense, a constant reminder that Toronto's offensive system still depends too much on the same stars. The new core 4 is trying to carry the load, but without Marner, the symphony feels incomplete. The numbers are harsh. The team's other top forwards have combined for only 4 points so far. For a team once known for its offensive firepower, that's alarming. The gears have jammed, and the lack of creativity has made the offense predictable and easy to shut down. That's why the idea is growing that the Leafs need a top 6 forward. Someone who can change the pace, hit the ice, and force opponents to respect their presence. In recent weeks, a few names have begun to circulate behind the scenes. Martin Nikas, with his speed and versatility, would be a modern addition, the kind of player who fits perfectly into the quick, technical system Toronto is trying to rediscover. Alex Touch, on the other hand, would bring physicality and presence in the offensive zone, something that's clearly missing from the current lines. And of course, there's always a nostalgia of Nazem Kadri, the former fan favorite many would love to see return. But according to insider Darren Dreger, the Calgary Flames have no plans to move the veteran, at least for now. So the focus has to stay realistic. If the Leafs truly want to fix this offense, they can't settle for another bottom 6 forward. The defense is already struggling, and the tactical system is far from ideal. The least this team needs is an offense that makes the ice feel heavy for their opponents. A true top 6 addition might not fix everything, but it could reignite the fire that fans feel is fading. The question is simple, but carries the weight of the season. Will Toronto act now, or will they let hope freeze over once again? What can be felt deep down in the blue and white heart is that this team is still trying to remember who it is. 1 month into the season, the Toronto Maple Leafs still have the talent, but the rhythm, confidence, and soul seem lost somewhere between the locker room and the ice. There's talk about strengthening the defense with names like Ferraro or Liljegren, moving on from Nick Robertson before time turns against him, and chasing a top 6 forward to reignite the spark the offense lost without Marner. Different ideas, same goal, to wake up a team that, for now, is skating in circles instead of moving forward. And the fans know Leafs Nation lives on hope, but also on accountability. We've seen slow starts turn into legendary runs, and we've also seen the opposite. What this roster chooses to become is still unknown. But one thing never changes: the fans. Because even when the ice trembles, even when the scoreboard doesn't favor them, being a Leaf means believing, even when the ice feels like it's falling apart. Share your thoughts, Leafs Nation, and drop a like to show that this passion never freezes.